Hello, everybody. Welcome to the round seven, first round of the second half of the GT3 Sprint Championship recap video. We were in Mexico this past Sunday. We had quite a good battle up in the high altitude um, mountains of Mexico City on the Autodromo um Hermanos Rodriguez, I believe. Probably wrong, but I think it's that. But yeah, we had ourselves heck of a race. As you're seeing some highlights that Mark compiled. A little bit of bumping and grinding up at the top. There's quite the good battle, quite the close racing. Everyone was. I mean, I think this is Jeff and John just going two by two through the S's, which is crazy. There was just a lot of really good battling. I unfortunately couldn't save the replay, and I couldn't get the replay off the replay bot from Gareth. I'll have to figure that out. So I can't pull up anything from the race that Mark didn't get. But I know there was a lot of really tight battling. Um, I mean, some of these passes are pretty clean, pretty close. Me and Jake Daly had a time where we went two by two, basically from here, which is the first chicane, um, all the way through the S's. It was insanity. Um, I think we probably lost 3 or 4 seconds of time. Um, but yeah, it was a good time. I think we had a pretty good showing for this first half. Over 40 cars, some some faces that we hadn't seen in a while. I know Chris Stewart showed back up. Um, we had a lot of new cars, which makes me kind of bummed that I didn't have the replay because I would like to go through Jablonski's in that Porsche now. Um, there was a couple other. Javecki is now in a Mustang. Um, Jacob stayed in the Lamborghini. We'll see how that turned out for him. Um, I know some of the Valhalla guys were thinking of different cars, stayed Ferrari. Um, I thought Peter might change from the Aston, but he stayed with it. Um, yeah, so I mean, we had a pretty great race. Let's while we're here, hop into some of the fun stats from the race. Your Trey Mistak Memorial Hard Charger Award for the week goes to Adam Tingle, who had gained 12 positions from 23rd to 11th. Uh, you can see a good bit of maybe why he got a couple of those positions pretty early on. Um, we're going to take a look at that here in a minute. That's a pretty good pile up. Um, but yeah, congrats. That's a hell of a charge. AM class making it almost to the top 10. So hell of a race. Way to go, Adam. Fastest lap, a blistering 40.5 from Austin McGill, who I believe finished second overall. Um, yeah, that's pretty monstrous time there. Let's see, cleanest finish. We had a three-way tie. The AM class showing how to be clean. We had Adam Tingle, Aiden Gortz, and Craig Reese all finishing with 0 incidents. So way to go! You know, really showing the other classes how to drive nice and safe. And then your closest finish was Trey Mistak and Seth Hansen by separated by just over a tenth. Um, I believe, yeah, Trey, technically won the hard charger. I think he made up 25 spots, but he starts from the back and he's very easily could be pushing battling at the very front, but he likes to try to go last to first, so he makes a ton of positions and he made one what looks to be at the very end here by just at a tenth. Um, so yeah, I mean we had some good awards here. A fun fact. Austin McGill got his fastest lap on lap 9, and that also was the lap that had the most fastest laps for everybody. Uh, so interesting. I guess the tires were fired up perfectly on lap 9 for everyone, and the fuel had burned off just enough. So Yeah, interesting. The few times we've taken a look at that, it always seems to be the fastest lap happens to be on the most common lap that people get their fastest lap on. So, yeah. All right, let's take a look. I want to look at this first lap. This is part of what I was talking about with Adam making a bunch of passes here. Um, we'll slow it down, but it looks like through the second chicane on lap one, Brandon Burns kind of got unsettled on the inside curve, and Netco takes out Tyler with the just absolutely awesome livery, might I add. Oh yeah, I think just Chris Lambeth went back to the beans. Love the beans logo. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Mercedes. Um, but yeah, so those two get into it, which I mean, these two Mercedes have nowhere to go. And here's me, we'll get my cockpit view. I just see the Red Sea part here, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to get through there. And then Tyler starts drifting, so I start moving over, and unfortunately, Brandon ricochets off the wall. Boom! There goes my front end. Um, it was unfortunate, but then the chaos does not stop. You got a destroyed Ferrari. My bumper's hanging out. I think Tyler's going to back into the wall here. But let's watch. I think it's Angel avoiding, takes out Andrew Frank, just takes him for a ride. So many people had nowhere to go. He's backwards. This is Craig, I think, trying to not die. Um, Andrew does a pretty decent job of stopping and then getting out of the way. There's maybe a case Trey has for not holding brakes. But yeah, this is just absolute carnage. Let's see. I think if we keep going, we're about to get to my footage, my view of this. Man, some really good liveries going by. Yeah. So as you can see, I'm coming around the corner. I see this. I go, oh shit! I'm on the brakes. Uh, well, barely avoid. That might be Dylan. Yeah, that's definitely Dylan. Um, and I just see this gap just open wide up. I try to shoot it. I see him moving. I'm like, oh crap. I got to stay a little bit left. And then, unfortunate, Brandon just takes a hell of a bounce. I try to turn way too late. Front end flies. I think I might have died. There was a bumper that went through my window. I think that had killed me. Um, but yeah, that was pretty exciting. There was a lot of carnage in this race. There were a lot of pileups. At one point, Jake finally made the move on me, and we come around a corner, and there's a person just sitting, looking straight at him, and I get the spot back. But he did finally get that done. So let's take a look. In your pro class, we had oh nope, Z to A. Come on, genius. Uh, your top three, your podium was Jacob Simmons, Austin McGill, and Gage Hines. Um, basically your big three from the first half, uh, with Peter and Mark rounding out the top five. Unfortunately for Ryan Otis in his pro debut, did not have the race he would have wanted. He was having some issues with his wheel, uh, like not detecting and going back and forth. So he pulled out pretty early. Um, but yeah, Jacob takes the win in the Lamborghini. There's no car choice yet because the lock is week 2. So week 2 we'll start getting some points on the constructors championship. Um, but yeah, so Jacob takes the win, has a pretty solid. Take a look at the overall lead. It's still Jacob, Austin, and Gage top 3. Um, so yeah, be interesting. Like I said, I think Austin and Gage are hoping to get some wins with maybe Otis kind of cutting between them and Jacob to try to close that gap up. The gap between them being 10 points is crazy. That's so small. So yeah, that's your pro. Let's hop to pro am. We had your your podium is Chris Chitterling, Jeff, and Marshall. Um, Chris finally, grabs himself another win, dethrones Jeff for a race, which I'm sure felt good. And then newcomer for this season, he's been around plenty before. Chris Stewart taking 4th, and Rodrigo Thierry taking 5th. So it's a solid top 5. Let's take a look at the overall. Jeff has a commanding lead at the moment, 400 points clear of Marshall. But the fun part is this battle for the podium. You have 2nd through 4th, 21 points away. That will be going forward. The battle my brain is looking towards throughout the season is how this Marshall, Brandon, and Elliott battle goes down. I know Brandon and Elliott had bad races this week. Just from chaos and whatnot. So Marshall got a jump start, but a lot of season left to go. We have drop weeks, so be very interested to watch that. I think that is my current uh, battle to watch, if you will. So we jump into the AMs. Oh my goodness, we have so many of us now, but most of these people aren't at the moment scoring points. The AMs we currently have. Let's see who took the victory. Eric Kunzman takes your win, and Adam and Seth on the podium with Matt Benson and Aiden Gortz rounding out your top 5. Really good racing from this group. I believe Eric, me, and was it Seth or Jake? There were 3 of us in like the top 15. I think I qualified 15th, and Eric qualified like 12th or something. Yeah, we had a solid group up there at the front. I think I could have really been with them if not having that front end damage at the very beginning. But yeah, we had a great race. Eric takes another win. He's rattling them off pretty consistent, and especially in the second half. If he pulls another second half like last season, he could definitely battle for this title and battle to bump up to the pro-ams. Your current overall between both seasons leader is still Jake Daly. He's about 170 points, 190 points up of Aiden in second. Aiden's an enigma. He had the fastest lap for a long time in practice, and then he qualified low, and then he moved up, and he's all over the place. But the kid's got absolutely crazy pace. Um, when he puts it all together, you can see what happens. I think he's had a top 10 overall. So interested to see how his season plays out. The battle for third, I think, is pretty exciting between Seth and Eric at the moment. Only 40 points separates them. We'll see how that holds up, and then the battle for the top 5 between me and Adam. Not that exciting. 100 points, but yeah. So that's how things are looking right now. Oh, rookies! Don't forget the rookies. We had Charlie Bass, Aaron Siciliano, and then Angel and Nolan. So there's 4 rookies. Charlie gets his first W. Congrats to him. He's been putting in some great races, and now that uh, the legend Ryan Otis isn't taking wins from him, he's got a shot at getting some points. He's currently 2nd overall. Joshua D did not show up this week, but he does have about a 220 point lead on the overall. In the team championship, here I'm gonna hide some of these just so we can see. We still have Valhalla with Gage and Jeff at the top, and Austin Squared not too far behind in second, and Draft Punk Gold in third. This is in the overall. Let's just see who did best this week. It was Valhalla. Way to go, Texas, which is Texas and Arizona racing team. A couple of rookies got second this week as a team, and Austin Square got third. So you always say it's tough to. The overall is kind of tough at the moment to look at. You just never know. 300 points seems like a lot, but you could easily make that up in a week where a couple of guys have have some problems, and then they find themselves on the outs. So definitely keep an eye. Like I said, we will unhide so we can look. This is still from the first half. We'll reevaluate. I think we're going to make a new table that's for the second half, and then at the end of the season we'll combine them, because there's going to be a lot of people changing, and I don't want to lose kind of our first half stats as well when we do that. I would like to combine them all at the end. So that's how that will go. Here's your overall for the second half. At the moment, it's just the first week, so this was our running order. I do have a full season tally going. This includes the drop week, but only from the first half, not the second half yet. So this is the first half plus that the first week of this second half, and we have some new Kings of the Castle with Gage and Jacob tied at the overall lead. Ryan drops down. He had a rough race, so he comes back and has a great, next few races. That drop will go in, and he'll be fine. But yeah, we got Peter in third, Jeff in fourth, and Mark rounding out your top five. Do a little roll here. You know what? We're gonna zoom in so people can see better. Here's Elliot in third. Let's see, 10th. Jablonski's still in 10th. He's got a little bit of gap around them. Seth holds down 20th by 5 points over yours truly. Let's see, Rodrigo and Zach are tied for 29th, so Darius is in 30th. We got Chris Lambeth in 40th, tied with Craig Reese. Tyler Anderson in 50th. And my buddy Michael's in 60th. And kind of get all the way down here to the bottom. So yeah, that's how it's looking at the moment. Well, here's the winners cards as we kind of do our little outro here. 100. Jacob, Chris, Eric, and Charlie, as you can see, are your winners. So yeah, we had ourselves a great week. It's a good start. Next weekend we will be at Monza. I believe it's going to be raining, so everyone, get out your ponchos. It's going to be turn one's going to be wild with low traction. I think I speak for everyone when I say that there's probably going to be death. Turn one will probably have death, and I'm sure the second chicane will as well. So yeah, we look forward to that. This tomorrow we'll have Broken Wing Endurance Championship, also at Monza, no rain. And then the classic. Wednesday is at Arca, Thursday is V's and Ray's. Don't know if we have a Friday thing yet or not. And then Sunday we'll be back here at Monza in the rain for round 8 of this says round 8. This was not round 8. Am I on correct? No, it's round 7. Yeah, it's first of the second half, round 7. It'll be round 8 of the Broken Wing GT3 Sprint Championship at Monza. See everybody there. Have yourselves a great week.